Hi, and welcome to In the Geek Room, films I've been watching in 2020, and now we are on part 6, June. And we're starting with the 83rd film I've watched, which is The Jesus Rolls. Got it on digital. This is the spin-off, not a sequel or anything, to The Big Lebowski, featuring the Jesus, John Turturro. Now, this is a remake of a French film, which I have not seen, but it's a real art house, independent movie. It's enjoyable, but if you're expecting a sequel to The Big Lebowski, this is not a Big Lebowski sequel. But it's enjoyable. It's worth a watch if you like the character of the Jesus and John Turturro and the rest of the cast, including Bobby Cannavale, I think it is. You'll know from Ant-Man and Wasp and Ant-Man. Brilliant film. I really enjoyed it. Not what I expected, but enjoyable. Then we went and continued our bit of a Star Trek thing with Star Trek 6. The Undiscovered Country. Now, I haven't seen this film in years, but, I actually appreciated it more than the last time I watched it, so it's only been 10 plus years since I've seen it. And it's a real good farewell to the original crew, as the original full crew, because we all know that a few of them do return for Star Trek Generations. Then we get to High Anxieties, Mel Brooks film, hadn't seen before. Not my favourite Mel Brooks film, but it was enjoyable. I just wanted to watch it because we did the Hitchcock a-thon earlier in the year, so and I like Mel Brooks. It's a good film, but not his best. Then we went on to did a bit of a thing for the High Ground podcast, a bit of a plug for it. So we watched Pocahontas. Absolutely love Pocahontas, my favourite Disney animated feature. And The Lion King, the original animated one. Did them back to back because it was a little thing we did for the High Ground podcast. Again, plugging it. Then for a bit of fun, This is Spinal Tap. If you've not seen This is Spinal Tap, see This is Spinal Tap. It's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant film. Seen it multiple times. Like to play a bit of bass. So if you're a musician, it's one of these films you have watched. But if you haven't seen This is Spinal Tap, watch This is Spinal Tap. Absolutely fun. Goldfinger. Now, I haven't seen this in a few years. This is the definitive James Bond movie, but I kind of overwatched it, so this is the first time in years I've been watching Goldfinger. Still up there as one of the defining James Bond films. I'd say Goldfinger, and now, of course, you've got Skyfall. But of the original Bond series, Goldfinger, is flawless. Brilliant James Bond movie. Star Trek Generations. Film I remember thinking mediocre on release. But after, it's been 10 plus years since watching Generations. Really good. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I did the first few times I've seen it. Not a Trekkie, but I do like the Star Trek movies, and especially the original cast. Generations just didn't live up to the expectations from the TV series. Artemis Fowl, a film that was supposed to hit the cinemas, but because of all the stuff that we've been going through, went straight to Disney Plus. Really enjoyable film. I don't think it would have made that much of an impact at the cinema. I hope they make a sequel. It's enjoyable. Really, I say it's a low-key movie. And, like I said, I hope it gets enough views for them to do a sequel. It sets the sequels up. Really enjoyable. Just don't expect too much from it. What We Do in the Shadows. I've seen this before. And I love the TV series. And the movie is superb. If all you know is the TV series, watch What We Do in the Shadows, the movie. It's absolutely superb, hysterically funny, quotable, really, really quotable. As quotable as The Big Lebowski. It's that good. I mean, Taika Waititi, Jermaine Clements, the rest of the class. I don't want to do quotes from the movie, because if you haven't seen it, watch What We Do in the Shadows. You can find it quite a few places. The Reef. Never seen it before. I did it because of I did a bit of a Jaws Sharkathon, so because Jaws' 45th anniversary was coming up, it's been gone out. But The Reef, great film, goes a bit OTT at the end. So, but The Shallows, again, great film, really enjoyed it. The ending was a bit dodgy. Deep Blue Sea, check your brain out, enjoy the ride, just brilliant, fun movie. The Meg, again, just fun, just nonsense. Could have done better if it had been given a high certificate and they let it be what it should have been, a bit of a blood fest, a bit of a real shark fest. Just too much of a family film, this was for me. But it's still enjoyable because it's nonsense. Okay, we'll get to number 97. I actually watched it on the 45th anniversary on the day of its release. Jaws, classic movie, the definitive summer blockbuster. So you know what, it's a perfect movie. Watched outdoors with some friends and my fiance, of course, and hooked up to a projector and we were able to watch it in the garden. It's superb movie. Watched it with trailers again, and it was. What can I say about Jaws? If you've not seen Jaws, watch Jaws. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Thunderball, not my favourite James Bond film, but got it on offer, 2 for £12 on Blu-rays. You know what? If you look at James Bond films, the Sean Connery ones, Doctor No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger. Then after that, it really goes downhill for the Sean Connery. I like them; they're enjoyable, but Thunderball doesn't match up to Sean Connery's first three. The Boat That Rocked, an underrated Richard Curtis movie. Absolutely love it. Superb, great soundtrack. It's just fun. It's a very British movie. It's got Richard Curtis' use of music, dialogue. It is brilliant. Superb cast. If you've not seen The Boat That Rocked, or as it is in some territories, Pirate Radio, watch it. Just one of Richard Curtis' best. And that was number 99. So, I ended June and with my 100th movie. When I knew I was going to the 100th movie, I had to pick one that was special to me, and it was it was going to be between two movies, and it ended up being The Big Lebowski, one of my all-time favourite movies, one of the most quotable movies of all time. The Coen brothers did absolutely superb with the script, the directing, the casting, everything. It is so quotable. Jeff Bridges is the dude, or El Duderino. If you've not seen The Big Lebowski, watch The Big Lebowski. You'll be quoting it afterwards. It is so memorable. It is it's a perfect movie. I mean, even John Goodman, Joe Turturro, Steve Buscemi, Flea as a nihilist, Julianne Moore. I mean, I could literally just go here and name it, listing all the cast. Everyone is superb in it, and it's just got some great set pieces, brilliant ending, and a perfect movie. And if I'm going to end, I want it to end June and end this with my 100th movie being a great movie. Had to be The Big Lebowski. So that's June. You know what? So see you in the next one. See yous.